A documentary would be a film. Well, it could be a film or a TV piece that actually documents what really happened, something that's really happening. So it's taking all the great elements of cinema and tying it in with the medium of like this is all real stuff though. Like there's a bunch of real stuff that you're gonna see, including archive footage, interviews with real people, and really interaction with people every day and what they're really doing, and then we're going to combine that with the great cinematic arts, basically like music composition and editing and different things to combine it to make it one film would be kind of my definition of a documentary, if that makes any sense. I think if you record on film, you're absolutely out of your mind. You're insane. I have an iPhone 4, and the reason I got this, that's my dog, by the way, Rocky. So I got this because it shoots like a flip cam. It shoots 720 p video, and so if I go somewhere and something interesting happens, I a lot of times just take this out and I go to a little video camera, and I can film stuff on here, and it's 720p quality. If something cool happens and I have this in my pocket, I'm not missing out on an opportunity to shoot something, right? So it's like I can shoot it. Yeah, if you shoot on film, you're crazy. I mean, it's going to take you forever to edit it and process the film and all that stuff like that. So, shoot on video, shoot as high def as you can, and I wouldn't worry about it too much. I wouldn't worry too much about anything except for good sound. Make sure you have good sound. If you don't have good sound, you're dead in the water. People will forgive a bad picture, but they need to hear what's going on. The main thing for documentary filmmakers, get a big board, whether it's like a dry erase whiteboard or whether it's like a big chalkboard or a cork board. The best is just like a cork board with index cards. And what I did was, and I got this from Michael Moore's crew and the people that he worked with that I was lucky enough to work with. We had a big board, and on the board, you're going to put index cards, and I would color code them. Like, so it doesn't matter what color is what, but like I would say yellow is a person, pink is a place, and green is a thing, or subject matter, and so that was kind of a way of organizing your thoughts and getting things down on paper. And you'll see like that board will turn into a sheet of paper that somebody makes, and that board will turn into a lot of things. It'll turn into a list of interviews and places that you need to go and people you need to talk to. Write down every name on that board and find out where they live and find out all the information you can on them, contact information, everything. And they'll find out as much as they can. Anybody can hold a camera, but like, do you want to be there? And then you as the director, if the person isn't quite technically as capable as you want them to be, that's your job as a director to get the shots that you want and to get the things that you want out of it. But I would try to find people that want to be a cinematographer, people that want to be a sound guy. There's people out there that want to do that stuff. The most important thing is that the people want to be there and that they're interested in the subject matter. I think that we should get this guy a hat that has a boom mic coming out of it. And so he has a hat with a boom mic, and then we should get him shoulder pads that have lights on them, and then he can hold the camera, and he can ask questions too, right? You can have one, so you can be like one guy, right? We always joke about that. So it's like the one-man band thing. You know what? I think it's fine. If you're honest with yourself and you're an honest person, then you're representing, you're representing the way that you feel in your heart is really good. I mean, if somebody manipulates you into doing something else, like your editors, like, putting their own political spin on something and like, oh, let me show you like why so-and-so is bad, and they put their own spin on it and you just agree with it and you go along with it, even though in your heart it's not right, then I would say you're at fault as a filmmaker for not stopping that from happening. If you're the director, you need to put your foot down and you need to be very, affirmative about like, this is what I'm doing. But otherwise, like if you depict somebody, wrongly, and they're right, apologize, or do whatever you can to fix it. You might have to do a retraction. It's if you represented them the way that you felt in your heart they came across as evil or bad or ugly or whatever, then you tell them that's how I honestly feel about you. Like, what are they gonna do? The best piece of advice I was ever given on documentary films, and I was kind of given this advice, so it's like I kind of made it up, but it was kind of given to me like in an indirect way, was Kurt Engfer, who did Bowling for Columbine. He was the editor. the editor on Fahrenheit 9/11. He said, basically, what he told me to do was like, okay, for example, cut this and this together because that's your most intense stuff, right? So what I took from that was like, just take a bunch of cool shit and cut it together, right? All your cool shit. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it has anything to do with each other, but like because the whole movie is going to be joined by one common theme or one common, story, right? So take all your most controversial, crazy sound bites and just start cutting them together, like all your great scenes. What are your great scenes? What are your great moments? Take all those great moments and just start putting them in the film, right? Just even assemble them as like a big mumbo jumbo of nothing, and then just watch it, and you'll see like, oh man, all these great moments. It might feel like almost like a long trailer, but all these great moments add up to something, right? So, and then it's about where you put. Now I'm gonna, and with Avid editing and Final Cut, you can just move things. Like, so it's like, I'm gonna move this over here and this over here, and it starts taking shape, right? And you're doing the same thing with your board. Now your board is a way to edit without having to edit. The young filmmakers just go out and do it. I think the biggest thing is people have this fear that they're not going to be able to make their film or make their dreams come true. And with documentaries, it's like the more I see people just going out there with a camera like you guys are doing and just doing it, that's when things will happen. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need a lot of, this or that. Like, you don't need anything. You can just go out and start shooting. You don't really need any money. You need a camera and you need people willing to do it. So just go out and do it. And don't complain that you don't have money or you didn't get, this or that, or these people have rich parents and were able to make a movie and I can't make a movie. It's like, grab a camera and go.